Hello, my darlings. Tanglewood Sue here. No, I'm an hour early. What? I had to go a little early because my tenants are moving out. Some of my tenants. It's all good. I have new tenants. Although I'll be sad to see these guys go. But they texted me about an hour ago and said that they wanted to know if we could create a pathway through my live studio. No. Not with an hour's notice, so I'm trying to be a good person because y'all know that I'm a good person. I'm sassy and I'm kind of a bee sometimes, but I am basically a good person. So I want to finish up my live and get the heck out of their way. Chris, how are you? And then let them move through here easily and effortlessly. Okay, so I didn't want to make too big a mess. Hey Sherry, hey Kelly. I didn't want to make too much of a mess with the big desk that we're going to paint for because that would have just been crazy. Hey Nick, hey Max. All right, this is a public service announcement and then we're going to get right to it because this doesn't apply to any of you watching, but I'm going to say it, this is me winking. This doesn't apply to anybody watching on YouTube or the replays or my live. Okay, I can't wink. If you are interested in one of my products, which I so appreciate and I love it, and that little chat box, if you go to tanglewoodworks.com, now you can get there from my blog. You just click shop. But if you're already there at the shop page, because there's the blog page and the shop page, and they do interconnect. So even if you end up on one, you can get to the other. But if you are at tanglewoodworks.com, there's this little thing that looks like this. Don't hate me, you guys. It's a magnifying glass, and it means search. And I upgraded to a fancy schmancy paid for wild search. So basically, if you want to find, I don't know, metallic waxes or paint, and you're like, I don't know what the hell kind of name she said it was. Was it like tweed? Was it wool? Was it cashmere? What was it? I don't know. Look, I paid for this for you. I paid for this for you. You go to the search bar and you just put in whatever you think. Just like stream of consciousness. Like, it was brown and it was shiny. Y'all, it's gonna find it. It's like this little machine and it's gonna go brown, shiny. Try it. Swamp mud, if you're like, what was that? Was it swamp? Was it mud? Was it primer? I put all the search terms in there. So if you go to that little search, if you can't figure out the names of the products, you guys, my order from Daydream Apothecary has shipped. Woo, I love those notifications. It's right there for you. I'm not being sassy. I mean, I am being sassy because I have gotten a lot of I can't find it, but I'm also like, my whole point is so that you guys can find what you need. So if I'm not helping you, I'm failing you. So this is my PSA on how to use the search function, and this will work on any website, any of them. I say this with love. I say it with love. Y'all, I know what it's like. When Apple changes their interface, I cry for like a week because I can't find anything where it used to be. Right? Are you with me? All right, so I read through your comments. I read all of them. And we're gonna finish this piece up today. I'd already kind of finished. But then I read through your comments and y'all were like, bring some gold into the purple. And I said, no. And then I was like, hold on, this is what I found. We're gonna do two things today. I'm gonna show you the easiest way to clean glass. And some of you already know this, some of you are beginners. And I have so many beginners on here now, it's so exciting because I feel so smart. God, I'm being awful today. No, really. I didn't know that you could use a razor blade on glass without scratching the glass. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that. Oh, you still have your Draper candle? I'll set one aside for you. I'll set another one aside for you. Those Drapers, man, they don't look pretty for long, but the smell lasts. I put so much scent in them, they turned a little, want to scam? Okay, so I also want to address the people who told me that I was going to die from cancer for using the waxes without a glove. So just so y'all stop leaving me comments, I'm gonna try to wear gloves today, but I gotta say, here's how I believe. This is how I am in life. Everything in moderation. I mean, basically. I mean, there are some things that, you know, you can get in trouble the first time, but basically in moderation. If I were using these waxes, because they are a petroleum product, and they smell, these are good. The Miss Lillians are good because they smell bad, so you know when to stop. Whereas the Primas like smell good. They put some kind of like perfume in there, so you're like, oh my God, it smells so good, but it's just as bad for you, and they just mask it. Yeah, don't use these without gloves all day long. Like that's all you did. But I personally, I don't know. Y'all can fight me on this. I just don't think the amount of time that I use this wax is gonna give me finger cancer. Okay, all right, stop reading the comments, right, Sue? All right, but doesn't come in this. I put it in this because I lost the lid. This is Miss Lillian's Black Gold, okay? Black gold. I love this stuff. It's not like crazy bright gold. It's not bronze. It's somewhere in the middle. So I want you guys, I did a test and I like it. So the idea, if you guys are just joining us, is that we did my oil slick effect using all the different colored waxes on the places that were gold. And then we have gold in the back. This is gonna be picked up next week. It's going to Femme Fatale. If you are in the DC area, it opens June 1st. You will be able to see this piece filled with somebody's art and somebody's jewelry. It's gonna be amazing. But I just wanted to add a few more touches because I painted this purple just randomly one day and didn't do anything to the top and bottom because I ran out of time. I was on another project, life went on, whatever. And now that somebody wants to put it on display, I want it to come together. I want it to work. So, can y'all see right there? So what I did is I put a little bit of pink and blue wax. I feel like that's too reflective. All right, I'm gonna flip this around so you guys can see better. Okay. All right, that's better. All right, so I put a little bit of the peacock and a little bit of the Prima rose gold on there so you can kind of see that. So now I've got a little bit, it's gonna be hard to do this because y'all are making me wear gloves, but let's just put a little bit on here. Sorry, that's going out of focus. Okay. And then we're gonna stand back and see if we like it, because if we don't like it, we can kind of take it off kind of fast because I already buffed the other. Okay, so let's move back without hurting ourselves. What do y'all think? It does. Hey, Cheryl, I like it. I don't want to do too much of it, but now I'm feeling like the top and the bottom are kind of coming together. And I don't do a lot. So we can kind of go over it a little bit here. So basically, and this is it. This is Black Gold by Miss Lillians. And you can see that it's similar to this gold back here. Somebody asked me what this was. I don't think it's gold leaf. I think it's wallpaper. Honestly, it's just too sturdy to be gold leaf. Like I got paint on it. I scratched it off. I mean, I just don't think that it can be that. So let's go around here. I don't think I'm gonna do every surface. I just wanna kind of go maybe the top and bottom. And a little bit random. A little bit rando. All right, y'all got it. Are y'all thinking? Because you're very quiet. You're very quiet. Which sometimes means you're like, my mom told me if I didn't have anything nice to say, to not say anything at all. So y'all aren't saying anything. All right, I'm gonna put some around the edges on the bottom. It's really hard to do with gloves on. It'd probably be easier if I had gloves that fit. I ordered gloves that were too big. So it'd probably work better if I actually had. Hey Kelly, listening and learning. You're so sweet. Y'all learning from me. Like wolves to the slaughter. No, it's okay. I like it. I do like it. I want it to be a little less, I don't want it to be so obvious. And I already have some wax down here, so that's helping me spread it around. little bit. Yeah, it would be easier with smaller gloves. I know. I wonder if I have any pair. Like these are fine for doing what I need to do, but I ordered, these are all larges. Those aren't gonna work. Yeah, I was looking to see if I had any extra pairs in this mess. Sometimes if they come in a kit of some kind, you know, I'll just grab some. I'll just turn off the live and then I'll use my fingers so nobody yells at me. That's what I'll do. Anyway, it's easier. I do want to let you know, if you do want to spread the wax around a little bit better, use a little bit of clear wax first. Okay? Oh, I just put that right on paint that it was drying. It is hard to find the small ones. And I've got big hands, so I don't always want them that small. All right, if it does get, if you're not liking your look, you know, this is your eraser or your blender. Clear wax is your blender, okay? Put that in there so that you can mix it in a little bit better, okay? If you don't want like a line of the wax. So now it's a little bit messier. Just so it looks, I don't know, so it looks a little older, I guess. Something like that. All right, so let's do a little bit. I did that side. Let's put just a little bit here. And we'll pull out. I don't want to cover up all that I did. I like it. Okay. And I don't want them to be even. Okay, can you guys see that okay? I'm seeing it on such a little screen, it's hard to tell. But to me, the way it feels is that the gold is kind of dripping from the top. Just a little bit dripping, sorry, from the top. I'm trying to hold the camera, keep the glove on, blend the wax, and be wildly entertaining all at once, y'all. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, there we go. Just a little bit. I listen to you guys. You tell me things. Sometimes I dismiss you, but then sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe they had a point. Yeah. Hey, Angela. So I definitely am having it go from the top down. Now the question's going to be, do we want it to go from the bottom up? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't think we need it from the bottom up. Do you guys think we need it from the bottom up? Look, here's the thing. Really, this thing's gonna be full of stuff and I'm probably completely and utterly overthinking it because, I mean, this is my editor brain. I'm noticing everything because that's good, except that sometimes I don't notice things. No bottom to top. I agree, Angela. Sometimes I notice things right when my client's about to come pick up their stuff. That's when I notice something. Actually, with editing, it was the same way. So what I would do is, because I would watch it and watch it and watch it, and I would miss something, like a jump cut. Those don't matter anymore. Thank God, those are done. Those days are done. You can have a jump cut anywhere. But in my day, you couldn't have a jump cut. You couldn't have a missing frame. You couldn't be as wild an editor, kind of middle of the road. And so when the producer would come in, all of a sudden, all of your senses are heightened and you notice everything. So the key was to like have one of your colleagues come in, or even your boss come in, or somebody besides the producer or the client to watch with you who made you nervous. That's the key. So have them come in and make you nervous so that then you're watching it with these like eyes that are like, oh, I just missed that. So like when my client gets here to pick up their custom work, my eyes are like, did I miss anything? Why didn't I worry about missing something yesterday when I could have done anything about it? So I've learned to kind of have Jonna come in and look at it with me, or like take pictures of it and then look at it to make sure I didn't miss anything. I think I missed a comment though. Let me see. You can bring the violet down to the legs. Beth, I love you. No. Here's why. It's already done. Like it's already done, and she already likes it. And she kind of allowed me to add a little bit more purple, but I would have to charge her more to do that, and I don't want to charge her anymore because I'm trying to I'm already making her a deal because I want to support the cause, which is Femme Fatale, which is a really cool, a very cool. You just got a dresser for my paper, Melissa. Before we go, I'm going to show you what I did with my paper. Not the big piece, the little piece. All right, so let me just show you real quick the way you can use a razor blade for beginners who don't know this. Just makes life so much easier. And don't be mad at me if I don't get it just right. But this can be very satisfying. So you kind of wedge it in, okay? And then, is that? Like sometimes I deliberately go over the edge just to have this moment. Just to have this moment. Do y'all remember when I did that really colorful cabinet and it was just all glass and I got color everywhere? I actually filmed me doing all the ribbons. I should go find those and make a TikTok out of it. It was so fun. So anyway, just go all the way down. Rinse and repeat, baby. Rinse and repeat. Check this out. Make sure I'm focused. Okay, now sometimes it wants to stay on the side. Just turn it kind of sideways. And you might need a little more finesse with two hands, but basically as long as you don't go like this, and as long as your razor is fresh and clean, which does take a little while for me, you're good. Okay, you can use your razor very lightly, like if you do have a situation like that where it's stuck, but just don't like dig in, okay? So, everybody who spends all that time taping and using all that stuff, I'm like, y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy, because not only is this so much easier. Oh, how did you scratch it? I don't think I've ever had that happen. I'm not judging you. I mean, I could totally see it, but I guess I've just had really good luck. I go pretty lightly and I go basically like at a 45-degree angle, and see, I just get schmutz off too. Like old glue. I mean, this is how I clean glass, basically. I'm not saying it's impossible. Like if you have film on there, sometimes I can get it. And if you don't clean off your blade, if you have something on your blade, you can totally get it. The razor scratched it. Dang. Do you think it's because it was older glass? Like it was antique glass? Do you think maybe this isn't a good idea on antique glass? I'm trying to think if I have any antique glass here. Oh, I think I have a bunch of antique glass. Look at that. I think I have a bunch of antique glass on some windows. I don't know. I guess I've gotten lucky. But you know what I say about everything is you got to test it. So I don't want to give you ideas that are going to ruin your stuff. So maybe try something inconspicuous or practice on it. But yeah, I'm so sorry about that. I've damaged so many pieces of furniture that I feel ya. I totally feel ya. So this is a newer piece. I'm guessing this is the 80s, so that may be why it works for me. I'm not usually working with seriously old pieces. All right, so let me show you. Are we good with that? Yes, I think, you know what, girl? I think using a brand new blade is key. That was a brand new blade. You want it like ice. You want it slick and perfect. So, all right, I'm gonna do a little reveal for you guys from yesterday. I haven't made this into a video yet. I made the decoupage into a video, but just a time lapse. So let me just explain to you, Melissa, you're gonna laugh at me so hard. What's new? I decided to use my new paper, and I used the medium size of the alcohol ink paper on this piece with the camera on, Having not decoupaged with paper in probably ever. Hear me out. I've decoupaged with wrapping paper, with napkins, fabric, wallpaper, like everything out of the norm I have decoupaged with. The new papers that feel like rice paper, I don't think the one I have is actually rice paper, but it feels like rice paper. The new papers that have come out, I've never tried them. Because I'm always using scraps of stuff. So I decided to take my new paper and decoupage. Which is good, because remember when I said a lot of you are beginners? I'm basically a beginner decoupager again, and I remembered shit halfway through that I'd forgotten that you're supposed to do. So the beauty of the rice paper, let me see if I have a scrap of it left. Okay, here. All right, I'm gonna be, this is the painting. I don't know if you can see with the glare, but it's exactly 18 by 12 or something. So I'm actually gonna do a painting with this paper. A painting, a decoupage of the painting of the painting. Isn't that cool? Okay, but let me talk to you about this paper. Here's what is so epically cool about it. And you can get it from the link in my bio. It's my affiliate link, so use my affiliate link. Okay, Melissa, here's what's awesome. Do what I did. You got 3. Melissa's gonna be my content creator for this. You got 3, so do what I did and use the little one first to practice. But it doesn't tear like regular paper. So I use Mod Podge because that's what I know to use. And so I put Mod Podge down, and often if you put too much Mod Podge and then you're trying to move the paper around, it can rip. That is why these papers are so amazing, because they're not absorbent in that way. It's almost like a wax paper. So the good news is that it did not rip. It was awesome. Actually, it ripped once, but that I was really going at it hard. And it was around this edging right here. So that's number 1. Number 2 though, it has no give. So I've been used to working with fabric, which has give. So I chose, of all things, this little table that I didn't realize was a curved front. I was like, oh, it's just got a little curve. So when you're working with something on a curve, you've got to account for the curve. So when you're putting this on and you've got the curve there, basically what was really cool, and I am going to make a tutorial about this, is that you need to have little pleats. You need to have little pleats. Do you know what I mean? Like to get the skirt to go out or to go in. So you needed to have some wrinkles, but you need to spread the wrinkles out. Okay? Because you don't want like a big wrinkle here and a big wrinkle there, because you're trying to get something flat to go around a curve. It won't work. It won't work, especially because I was going this way. If I was just going across this way, I probably could have laid it down and gone like this. Oh, but no, I was doing it from top to bottom. So I had to allow for that inseam, I guess you would say, if you're a seamstress. So what you needed to remember this, Melissa, is you need to have enough squishy on the bottom and enough squishy on top. Let me explain. You needed to pile up whatever your transfer medium is, or your like I used Mod Podge. Unfortunately, I used really old Mod Podge that had a bunch of clumps in it. So that's again. So Kelly, you're gonna have to explain that to me a little bit. So honestly, I need to know the spray method, because I think I get what you're saying. Like if it's sprayed down, can you kind of lift it up and up? Because I just had a ton of bubbles when I was doing it. So what I did is I used the Mod Podge and then I put it down, but then I couldn't squeegee it because I was afraid I was gonna rip it. So then I put Mod Podge on top. So I made a Mod Podge sandwich with this in the middle, and then I squeegeed it until I got it completely flat, and then I wiped off the excess. So Kelly, tell me more. So do you use like the non-tack spray so that you can kind of push it down a little bit as you go? You're gonna iron it. I found that you don't need to iron this. The wrinkles come out. I mean, I put new wrinkles in. But anyway, I want to learn more. Melissa wants to learn more. I might have to go on YouTube. But anyway, so what I ended up doing, this is what I want you guys to see, is I went around the edge, but let me show you. Let me show you the issue that I had and how I fixed it. So ironing it for a surface isn't going to stretch it any, Melissa. But I want to know more. So here's what happened. So with my method, I was able to get it to go around the curves. I haven't put the top coat on yet. This is just Mod Podge on top. So you can kind of see there's a few little wrinkles, but I hid them in the design, which worked really well, I have to say. But then when it came over the top, I didn't realize this whole ledge showed. So I went and I cleaned it up and I put them all back in, and then this ledge showed. So does it look like the paper? Kinda. This is just acrylic paints. I just took acrylic paints and tried to match my paper, which was, luckily I had all these. So, and then I did the same thing here. I just tried to match the lip so you could see. Cheryl taught me how to do it. I use I Love Hue Mystic Shell Top Coat. Well, the next time I did it, Kelly, I was going to use Miss Lillian's Lackluster because that's my favorite top coat. I'm actually going to put this on top of that. But do people still use Mod Podge as the underneath? See, what I was scared of is something underneath that wouldn't give me enough dry time to adjust. So when I'm using the tack spray and fabric, I have a lot of room to adjust and lift and adjust and lift. So I need that time or I'll freak out. This is my paper made by Grace by Design that is available now. So I haven't used it before, so I'm just learning because I usually use little pieces at a time. I don't usually do a big piece at a time. So anyway, let me show you. We're gonna test it together. Let me get close to see if my camouflage worked or not, you guys. But I will say, I just have to figure out how to put it on. Top coat or DIY liquid patina works better than Mod Podge to use as well. Okay, tell me why you don't want to use, okay, I get the Mod Podge yellowing over time. So I get that. I get that that can happen. Why is the top coats better? Like as far as, I use Mod Podge because I wanted, it's thick and it's a paste and it didn't dry so fast. Because most of my top coats dry so fast that I was afraid it would dry before I'd gotten it right. Ooh. Does that look good? Yes. I'm doing that right now, darling. I'm just putting them in there so you can see. And then I'm gonna paint the rest a solid. I'm gonna do Ocean Depths by Miss Lillian's. Yay! Yay! I think it looks good. Hold on, let me stand back. Oh, I nailed it. Okay, so let me show you where it ripped though. Let me show you where it ripped. Yeah, they dry faster. You know, the bottom line is, you guys, I wish I'd practiced before I did it, but you know what? It is what it is. So I worked it out. Let me take this off. I'm actually gonna do alcohol ink. I don't like these, so I'm gonna alcohol ink them. We'll do that in another show. Move those out of the way. Okay, let me show you. So I think it worked out great. You can see where I mushed it a little bit to get some wrinkles so that it would curve around the edges. And then you can see here where I fixed the ledge, okay? And then out of all the fussing I did with all these ridges, so normal paper, you could not have done these ridges. It would have totally, Mr. Waterbitty. Okay, thank you. Creative Candy Studios, I don't know your actual name. I'm calling you Candy. I hope that's okay. Y'all are awesome. I love that I learned so much on my lives. Anyway, you would not have gotten this to go over this ledge. So the only place I ripped it at all was right here. And I'm just gonna use some of my paints and match that up. But it really did hug this. If I'd done this with regular paper, and what I mean by regular paper, you guys, is regular decoupage paper. This is the new kind of decoupage paper that's more like rice paper. So it's not like just flimsy paper or napkins. It's meant for this. So I'm really happy with it. Am I showing you what you needed to see, Melissa? I'm trying to show you all my flaws. I mean, this is a great design because you can hide it. So like right there, you can see I have a little bit of a ridge. So in order to not take away from the design, I'm gonna do this blue color up here, I think. And just do that all over and just let this shine through. It does, Kelly. So I think what I'm gonna do on the next one, you know what I'll do, Kelly, on the next one is all of you, I will practice on this using Miss Lillian's as my medium under it and above it. And this will be a flat surface, so I'll have a little bit more room to play. And then just so you guys know, the best way to get this off, oh, I got a little white on there. That's me, I'll fix that. Is just use a sanding block. That's how I did it underneath here. I just took a sanding block and I went with the paper against the edge and I got it all off. Oh, you're gonna iron your paper because your drawers are flat. I tried ironing this first and I was not able to get out the wrinkles, but as soon as moisture hit, the wrinkles from the paper being packaged did not continue. As soon as it hit the medium, that went away. So definitely do it if it makes you feel safer, Melissa, but I don't think it's necessary. So I'm gonna go in and just finish cleaning this up, kiddos. And then, Melissa, I don't have a piece to do. Which one are you gonna do? Are you gonna do the big seascape? You haven't gotten yours? When did you get yours? I sent it to 3 people. I sent it to the top 3 who asked me. Chris, you asked me. Melissa asked me, and there was one other person. So check in with me and see, because I wanted you guys to have some fun with it. Melissa, are you gonna do the seascape? I'm gonna do that one too. I think I'm gonna do the painting, and then I've got to find a piece for the seascape that's the right size. Did you find a small enough dresser? Oh, you ordered it, love? Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Thank you. I haven't even checked my affiliate link. I haven't even checked. That's thank you for that. I'm honored. All right, I think that's it, kiddos. I'm gonna clean up and let my tenants know that they can scooch through here. We'll finish that up. Y'all, I'll meet you back here next Tuesday. No live next Thursday because oh my God, it's so exciting. I'm gonna be meeting Natasha of Daydream Apothecary and Heather of Grace on Design and Grace on Broadway and HP Distribution LLC. I don't know, they're all connected. She's in DC actually right now. She just left. She got to go to this big meta conference. Is a very important business lady, which is so exciting. Anyway, I'm gonna meet them both. I figured out that they both live near each other. So I introduced them and then I was like, I wanna come play. So we're all gonna hang out next week. Super triplet power activate. All right, guys. Hey, Kelly, thank you. And Candy, thank you for your suggestions. They're awesome and I need them. All right, guys. Mwah. Have a great day.